Super Thursday! Woo! And
That was like from the hip.
That was nice.
Yeah,
that was
I
good.
like
And this week we're doing Cantillon. We did Cantillon was about like six months ago.
It was like 6 weeks ago.
No, it wasn't. No.
It was in August.
It was in August. Yeah, it was a while ago.
But we did it with the brewery.
We did it with the Sans Plongé. But we've got a special one going on this week. It's the Lou Pepe Framboise. And it's really cool because this is kind of different than, thank you. This is kind of different from...
Now, all right, just put it on the table.
Yeah, just put it on the table.
No.
All right, we have this
We will not embarrass John.
We're using the rabbit.
Can I talk?
We are.
Wow, that sounds weird.
Not the jackrabbit.
Yeah, not the Doctor Who.
Hey, magically, the cork came out.
Bam!
If you don't know, Cantillon beers are corked and capped. So
yeah, so it makes it.
I don't have my regular corkscrew, so we had to use like the
rabbit. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
seriously.
just got
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right now. Anyways, for those who are not familiar, the Lou Pepes are incredibly pink. This one is.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
What's happening?
I think he's orgasming in awesomeness.
Somebody did not set their phone to vibrate.
That's probably me too. And my pebble.
There were like three.
Did I mention I have a pebble?
Oh my god.
There were like three different clips.
That is it. That is it. I will stomp on that pebble if you bring it up again.
Can I talk about this beer now? The Lou Pepes are interesting because normally Cantillon uses raw lambic, but they have barrels that they keep reusing over and over and over. It's like their standard set of barrels. With Lou Pepe series, they're actually aged in red wine barrels, Bordeaux in particular, I believe. Yeah, and it's also just 2-year-old lambic, and then they bottle condition it. On the website said they use sweet liquor, which I'm assuming is sugar water, essentially. Yeah.
Belgian sugars or just like.
Well,
because I mean, it depends on like Belgian sugar doesn't ferment, right?
Yes, it does.
It does, but not as much as just like pure like refined sugar.
Well, this is raspberries.
Yes, this is
raspberries.
The framboise is the raspberry. The Lou Pepe has there's a framboise, a creek, and a goose. There's just such a huge raspberry character. This is awesome.
Yeah, totally.
It's so just fleshy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way to put it. Fleshy.
Yeah,
it's like a nice fruity funk thing happening. You know, I mean.
Well, and I think this is an important topic for like some of our viewers who are maybe new to beer or whatever. Obviously, you're not going to get a Lou Pepe. You're not.
Well,
honestly, you're really not gonna.
No, I don't know because the thing
Guess
is,
where I got
like,
this? Riverside, California.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's not location. It's not whatever. It's that most people who are brand new to craft beer don't know where the craft beer stores are. Most of them are shopping at Bevmo or whatever, and they're not going to find that there.
No,
that's just a given.
Yeah, you're not going to find Cantillon on it.
Right. So I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing negative to a location or the person. It's just when you start out, you learn these things over time.
Right.
But what I'm afraid of is it's like, oh, they're drinking this beer that has fruit in it, so I'm going to get a fruit beer because that's kind of the same thing.
No,
and it's kind of horribly not the same thing.
It's kind of what?
Horribly not the same thing.
There's a difference between beer with fruit added and lambic.
There's a difference between a lager that has blueberries in it or even an ale that has cherries in it.
Right.
Because as much as I love Sam Adams, their cherry wheat, not a fan of it. Because it's a fruit beer. And it's a wheat beer that has cherries in it. And it's like, eh. Oh, by the way, we have a Master Pairings we're supposed to go to.
What?
Yeah?
You're kidding me.
As long as the moons stay aligned for tomorrow, we have a Master Pairings that we can go to.
All right, let's go.
Let's go to Master Pairings.
I'm back. They couldn't keep me away. It's Dr. Bill here, another Master Pairings, finally. Thank you for all you who wrote in saying, you know, where's Dr. Bill? Where's the show? I'm not watching that other show anymore.
Yeah. Well, we apparently suck without Dr. Bill, so thank you for
Not at all, but I just miss not being on, so I'm glad to be back. Of course, John Holzer. So I thought we'd start off with a bang, literally. So we have some fabulous Penang Curry from a great little Thai place by me. You know, everybody knows about the Scoville units for chilies and peppers. Well, in Thailand, they do it very simply. 1 through 10, because you don't have 0, because everything's at least spicy to some degree. So 1's very mild, 10 is, anything above 8 or 9 usually is, let's mess with the Caucasians if they want to order it. But just so you know, John, going in, I did a 9.
Okay.
Because I think the 9, because we both like spicy food.
Yeah, I do like spicy food.
And I think the beer that I selected for this will definitely hold up to it. As you know, I like to accentuate the heat sometimes, even though it'll calm the front and mid palate, it'll leave a lingering burn on the back. And Exponential Hoppiness from Alpine Brewing will definitely be able to hold up that. 11% big, super dry hopped beer with oak chips too.
Yeah, didn't know it had oak chips.
And it's a big, so if you'd like to open it, go ahead and try the little.
I've never used one of these.
Yeah, just go straight down. There you go, and out. Baby, oh. Should have gone out, but that's okay. Go ahead and pour. Great beer. Pat Michelini, his son Sean, his lovely wife Val, Pat's not Sean, have been doing Alpine for quite a few years, and I'm very happy to let all you fans that love Alpine across the country know that they're expanding or soon expanding, so it'll be awesome.
Going like 6 times bigger than they are
right
now.
Well, they're pretty small right now.
Yeah, well, still.
So
that's awesome.
So they're gonna incorporate. But cheers, John. I'm happy to be back.
Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big mango guava nose.
This is one of the best beers ever.
Pineapple. It's all about the tropical fruits from the hops on this. Big, rich, intense. All hops, but the oak definitely plays that roundness on the palate too.
Yeah, I never knew it was made with oak, and now that I know that, it kind of stands out some more. You know,
delicious. So, you ready to jump into this?
Let's do it.
Let's see how we do.
That's good.
I'm just trying to build up the heat.
Wow.
There we go. There we go. So, for those of you who enjoy Thai food, you know, they usually do a few different types of curries. They do a yellow, a red, a green. This is house specialty, and if you like good Thai curries, you can always check your favorite Thai restaurant and see what they do as a specialty curry. And usually it's a couple dollars more maybe, but it's definitely got some exciting things. This has red and green peppers and chilies, has some basil in it. I add chicken, you can add different proteins with it. It's definitely good. Definitely got a huge warming heat. Want to see how it holds up with this.
It's really tasty too. It's not just hot.
It's beautiful. And you almost get this, that's so fun. You know what I'm getting on the mid palate? It quenches the front palate. Like I said, mid palate going back, I almost get like a milk chocolate dusting. A dusting of milk chocolate from the heat and the hops. And probably the oak. You get that roundness?
I can see that, yeah.
Almost like a really, that really light milk chocolate that's just, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and it does accentuate the heat.
Yeah, on the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, when I say accentuate, it leaves it there, it doesn't affect it. You can do sweet beers if you really want to get rid of the heat when you're doing a pairing, but if you want to go head to head, you do a bitter beer with and it really subdues the front and mid palate, but it leaves it alone kind of on the back palate. It leaves it there and kind of makes it a smoother transition. So,
do you think hoppy beers are the most popular beers to pair with hot food, spicy food?
They should be, which is a funny thing because it's not necessary. It's more contrasting, and that's what it does it. Because, for example, with the wine world, when you go into an Indian restaurant, for example, which this is Thai, but an Indian restaurant, another ethnic spicy food, a lot of times they'll pair things like Spanish reds, which they think spicy on spicy, which is kind of what we're doing here with the bitter, with the spicy. But unfortunately, they really clash. So for wine, you actually want to go with that sweeter, drier wines, like a Gewürztraminer or a Riesling, and they work really well with spicy foods.
Okay.
But with beer, that's why it's so versatile. You can do the sweeter thing, kind of getting that Gewürztraminer Riesling type of beer, something that will subdue it completely, or you can go out and say, I'm not afraid of you, and go with something uber hoppy like this, and just have fun with it. So that's what's really cool about beer.
Yeah, it makes for a nice experience in your mouth overall. It's really good. Minch is really good too. Really good curry.
Yeah. Yeah, I know one of our favorite places, dangerously close, because Thai food's definitely not low calorie. Unfortunately.
It's good.
Yeah, it's definitely good stuff. Well, anyways, John, thanks for coming out. This is a great pairing to start back up with Master Pairings.
Welcome back.
Looking forward to more. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Bill.
Cheers, everyone.
So we had a Master Pairings. How awesome was that?
Wow.
I know.
It's been 2 months, right?
It's something like that, yeah.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to film back in December, and then schedules got all conflicted, and then Bill's
a very busy man.
Well, yeah, he's got a new position at Stone, which a lot of people may not know. He's no longer just I don't think he is at all the bistro manager anymore. He's now
he was
like
not the bistro manager. He was the beverage supervisor.
Beverage supervisor.
Where'd you get bistro manager?
I don't know.
He's that badass.
When I can't think of something, I just make up words and throw them together. But no, he's now like an event guy. Like he does events and he handles all of Stone's events.
He's the party guy.
Yeah, he kind of. Well, he's also kind of the face of Stone along with Greg at this point. But he also
I did not see him doing the Harlem.
You honestly think that Bill would do that? Bill would have been like, no, this is not happening. He would have been the guy with the pineapple beating it. Or the giraffe.
The giraffe, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
See, like I said, when I don't know what it is, I just throw a word in there. This time it was pineapple. So Bill is like, his job is mostly on the weekends now.
Yeah.
And our job is mostly during the week.
Yeah.
And so
makes things difficult.
It's hard to mesh, which is also why like Expert Drinking hasn't been out in like a year, and we still keep saying like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna do that show. We want to, but find time to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we have the same problem with MBT Brewing.
Yeah, exactly.
We try to do it as often as we can.
Well, I think our problem with MBT Brewing is Matt's working at Packing House, so he doesn't homebrew. I brewed a lot at the end of 2012, but this year I've done 2 batches so far, and it's February, so I haven't brewed a whole lot. And then Jason has kind of been off the radar too. So I think we're kind of getting back into the stride.
Getting back into the swing of things, So. But that's what is happening. But you just saw Master Pairings, and so right on.
So yeah, we're back, and we have plenty to keep us going for a few months until we can get back into a normal schedule again as well. So.
Yeah.
We'll all be good.
Yes, but...
So, final thoughts on this beer, since we kind of just brushed over it.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's amazing. It's interesting because, you know, you can... once you start drinking enough sour beer, if you've had enough Cantillon beers, you can spot them right away. You know, I mean, every lambic brewery has a very particular house flavor to it, and so you can usually spot it fairly readily.
Yeah, Cantillon's flavor is called the best.
Exactly. But it's nice because
they trademarked the word awesome.
Yeah, but one thing I don't think we've talked about is the wood character in this, because I mean, you really do get that very soft, like, you know, French
which
oak,
I think is what is the standout characteristic for Cantillons, or for Cantillon's version of sours. It's that wood characteristic that really screams that this is a Cantillon versus others. Because I don't really get it. I don't get the wood characteristic as much off of like St. Louis Goose Fond Tradition.
So you're saying you get a lot of wood on this?
I get some for sure.
Steve.
I mean,
I would say that there is like Matt said, a very soft wood characteristic to it. It has a nice oak finish, especially from the Bordeaux wine barrels. You're going to get a lot of that like oak tannin from the Bordeaux off of it. But I mean, Cantillons as a whole come across with that wood characteristic quite a bit.
In my opinion. I don't know if I get a whole lot of it from the standard Cantillons, because I mean they've used those barrels so much. I don't think there's a whole lot of oak character to them. But I get a lot more with this one than I do from a lot of their standard stuff. But I think it sits apart really nicely. I think it's really great.
I think it's got
agree to disagree.
A nice fruit character to it. The funk on it, the sourness it's not overwhelmingly puckery. I mean, it's just a great beer to drink. And I think this was chilled down to maybe 60 degrees.
Yeah.
You shouldn't drink, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say I am the expert on how to drink Cantillon, but from what I've gathered, you don't want to drink them ice cold.
No, it's
you
definitely
want to
cellar
open them
temp.
up, let them breathe a little bit, just like wine.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty old beers going into the bottle.
What have we got?
So we have a couple of cool events. March 1st and 2nd. Is it March 1st and 2nd or March 2nd and 3rd?
1st and 2nd.
1st and 2nd. Okay. So March 1st is the Big Wood and Strong Ale Fest over at Killarney's.
That's the 2nd. Got them backwards.
Oh, do I have them backwards?
Yeah, I
okay.
got them backwards.
So
March
then forget
1st.
that one. March 1st is the Packing House Brewery expansion party because Matt is doing such an amazing job there that they have to blow the building apart to get more room to brew more beer.
Yeah, seriously.
So they're currently in process of expanding. I got to take a little tour tonight. That was
I feel like
fun.
I'm a part of that.
Yeah.
I've helped.
I've helped. I've done things.
I
sweeped once.
an ounce of hops to the mash and homebrewed a beer.
Yeah.
For you.
I have taste tested all their beers in their tasting room on a regular basis each week to make sure that they're all good. So that's how I help.
And most of the time you go, asshole comment about Matt. That's usually what you do.
That's standard.
Yeah, thanks.
No, Brad, you make good beer.
Thank you.
I think this is great for Packing House and
Horrible. Needs more
Riverside.
aroma hops.
And can I finish my thought? Riverside, like as a whole, I mean, Packing House is still fairly young, and you're essentially doubling your size.
Yeah, literally. Quite literally.
So that's pretty awesome.
And you'll have the Zeta
Congratulations.
available, I assume, for the
yeah, we've got a
party?
new black IPA that's coming out. It's black IPA with Columbus and Summit hops, so we'll have that.
I thought all these were
Catherine
single
Zeta
hops.
Bones.
Oh, nice! I saw what you did there.
I don't know where Bones came
no, we're for those who aren't familiar, we're doing a whole series of IPAs. They're following the Greek alphabet because it sounded like fun. And some of them are single hop, some of them are just like fun one-offs. Honestly, it's 24.
I think I was told that
IPAs.
all of them would be single hops
Then you got misinformed.
by the brewer.
No, you didn't. No.
In any case.
So anyway, on March 2nd, we will be at Killarney's in Riverside.
Our good friends Killarney's.
Yes, doing the Big Wood and Strong Ale Festival, which is going to be amazing. And they will be tapping Pliny the Younger there, among other things.
Oh, you let the cat out of the bag.
I did.
let the cat
Doing
out of the
it.
bag.
Boom.
Good job.
You're going to want to pre-buy tickets for that, if possible.
Are we supposed to let that cat out of that bag?
Yeah, sure.
Well, cat's out now.
Cat's out now.
Well, okay.
They announced it in the restaurant, so...
All right,
We are live.
It's public.
No, they announced it in the restaurant. I'm sure that whatever drives people there to drink their beer, they're going to be fine with. They already did their tapping for the regulars, so this is the tapping for
For the general public.
yeah.
Irregular.
Yeah.
For the irregulars, for the commoners. Come out, commoners, and drink the Pliny.
For the irregulars, stomach problems.
Yeah, so that'll be March 2nd. Come out to and check. Look them up on Facebook if you want the full details. Otherwise, we'll have a link to the event as well. So.
Killarney's in Riverside.
Yeah.
Yes, not the one in Temecula.
Yeah.
So.
John, thank you for opening this beer. This is so delicious.
Yeah, this is amazing. We're gonna open like 4 more of these after we're done because that's how we roll.
Don't I wish?
I have a 6-pack.
It came like it was like the little plastic thing around the edge and little handle.
Exactly. I don't know why it's plastic.
I lost John. The little rings, the little plastic rings for a 6-pack. No, nobody's.
Oh,
nobody's
like
getting,
soda.
Yeah,
soda
nobody's getting my
ring.
joke at all.
You mean like cans?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how it works with bottles.
I've never seen bottles like that.
Yeah.
That was a bad joke.
We.
Good job with the fail.
On that note, I guess stay safe and drink beer.
No, do it for real.
I'm
Come
gonna
on.
go stick my head in the oven now.
Cantillon, thank you very much.
We love you. Stay safe and drink beer.
There it is.
Bam.